Hey everyone, Biscuit again, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the high-grade 1/144th scale Gundam Breaker Battlelog Blazing Gundam. The Blazing Gundam is built off of the God Gundam High Grade, which came out back in, I believe, 2010. So, judging on how good that is, we'll give you a rough estimate on how good this is. The kit itself is actually kind of solid, which it was a little surprising since I built the God Gundam, and I didn't exactly have the best experience with it. This kit, on the other hand, which absolutely all of its joints are based off of the God Gundam, except for the head, are really solid, which surprised me. Yeah, so let's get right on into the aesthetics of the model kit. And actually, I think they're actually really good. I like the design of the God Gundam. This one, when I saw, I was all, it looks alright. And that's definitely how I feel about it. Like, even holding it now, not looking at any pictures, it looks alright. It's definitely not my favorite design out there, but it is pretty cool, especially the legs. I could totally just rip the legs right here off and use them for a custom or something. As for colors you get a very nice reddish orange for secondary color. The primary color is all just a pure white. And then you get bits of yellow for the V-fin, chest, and these little toe things right here. And you get some very, very dark navy blue for the chest, crotch here, feet, and these two weapons on the back. Surprisingly, on spare parts, you actually get more dark blue on them. And you also get gray for the majority of the joints and the manipulators. And that's it for colors. Now, as for stickers you get, do not be alarmed when I show you the sheet. Please, this thing is color accurate. The black stickers, all of them here are primarily for parts like the bit on the foot right there, inside of the vent right there, and even that right there. All of those you could fill in with a Gundam marker, any sort of panel lining tool, or even a pencil if you're that desperate. Trust me, you do not need those. As for the stickers that are required, number 8 right there is for the eyes in the head, which actually do pop really nicely within the mask. And then you also have a sticker for the camera right here. And you have 2 more for the alternate headpiece, which we will talk about with the accessories. And that's it for the aesthetics. I think it's actually really cool what they did with it. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. So let's move on to the articulation. And as always, we'll do it from the head down. The head is on a polycap ball joint, so it can go... it can look up that far and look down far, which are both really nice. And you have some nice chicken action, which can get the head really far forward and really far back. The shoulders can move in and out ever so slightly on a polycap in there, so that means they can turn all the way around like that. They can move out about that far, and if you swivel the arm and bend it up a little more, then the little fins right here won't get as in the way. Speaking of which, they can all pull out, but that's more for the transformation. Stay tuned for that. You have a full swivel right here on the arm. You have a single jointed bend, which only gets you about 90 degrees. And you have ball joints at the manipulators. The torso can crunch, and not that far forward, but surprisingly super far back. There goes a hand. Yeah, like I was saying, the torso can go pretty good back, not all that much forward. Actually, it can go decently forward. And this part in the chest right here, that does not pull out like for the God Gundam's transformation, so you're not going to get anything out of that. Front skirts are completely new for this kit. They're on ball joints, but can be separated, can move up all the way, and the leg moves up that far. Nothing here at the butt flap, so they're very blocked going out. And as for the splits, you get, yeah, just about the full thing. What is it? Something I was going to mention I completely forgot, but it's not important. You have a full swivel right here. It was important, I just remembered. Inside of the waist right here, that little peg right there can swing forward and back, and even rock side to side, which is pretty cool. You have a full swivel at the thigh right here. You have a double jointed bend at the knee, which gets you a really nice deep bend. That's really nice. This part at the back right here can pull out, and up for the transformation. Again, stay tuned. And the ankle guard right here is connected to the foot, which can turn around ever so slightly, move up that far, down really far. And as for the pivot, not too much. If you force it a little more, maybe even pull it out just a bit, you will get a little more. So all in all, the articulation on this thing really isn't bad. I'm actually quite surprised at just how solid it is, because the God Gundam I got wasn't all that solid to begin with, like even just out of the box. This thing I built about a week ago, and yeah, it's been solid ever since. Let's move on to the accessories. And before I really do move on, I just wanted to show you all the leftover parts that you are getting, just because I knew someone was going to be asking about it in the comments. So there you go, all of the leftover parts. You get almost, and I mean almost everything to make a full God Gundam just in these different colors. You're just missing the section in the middle of the chest and some stuff on the backpack. That is literally it. Yeah, let's move on. So let's start with the face. The face does actually have some alternate parts, so let's rip off the head. You want to tear off the mask section right here, and side note, the top right here, this top bit will also have to come off. There we go. And you're gonna take the alternate face, put this section not in there, my bad. You're actually gonna first put the new face back onto the head, if I can get it on. Once you get the alternate face on, then you want to put on the V-fin, just like so. And then you're gonna take what holds the little camera jewels and pop that right in there. And there we go. This is more traditional to what the original God Gundam head looks like, which I think is actually really cool. It's just for the aesthetic of the kit, I would mostly prefer the mask that you get. And you do get stickers for the two cameras right there, but I didn't put them on because I'm lazy and I don't care. Alright, let me replace this and we'll be right back. Alright, and as for hands you are getting with this kit, you are getting the fists that have been on it the whole time, but if you want some more expressive poses, you get the, not God fingers, just, you know, God-shaped fingers. For whatever reason, Bandai decided to mold this on the runner that they came in gray, which I suppose, yeah, goes with what this kit is supposed to be, but it would be cool to just get another set of hands, maybe even in the green that this is in. Spoilers for this coming up soon. And you also get a set of grabby hands, which can grab these beam sabers, which plug into the hands very easily. And again, another tight peg warning. The pegs on these beam sabers, I felt the same about the God Gundam 2, are stupid tight going into the beam saber handles. Once you get it in, it looks pretty good, as well as any beam saber looks. It does look a little out of place with how over the top this design is. And to store them, simply pull them out of the hands, take out the beam, and go to the side skirts right here. And both sides have some tabs where you can slot the beam saber hilt into. There we go. And in case you don't want that, you actually get a weapon specific for this kit, which are these tonfas, which look so cool. It's just a shame that when you go to put it in, it can't hold it properly. Well, okay, it can. It's just very awkward to have to pose with this thing, especially if you want that fist in literally anything that isn't just locked in. You can use any of the two beam effects, and I will mention, one is longer than the other, like by a large amount. Let's pop that in. There we go. And that's what it'll look like once it's attached. And yeah, just a bit of a pose right there. But yeah, one of these beams is a lot longer than the other one, so do be mindful of that. You don't get the same length of beams. And when you're not using these, and you do get two of these, by the way, you do get two. When you're not using them, simply go over to the backpack, and they can tab into these two slots right here, just like so. And that is almost it for the accessories. We have one more, which will come into play during the transformation, which we will get into right now. Now, let's get this transformation started. First thing you're going to want to do is pull out each one of these sections. You can pull out this, I don't know, but these are supposed to be little vent or thruster things that are supposed to give punches a bit more of a dynamic hit. Canonically for the suit, you do that for both arms, and then coming to the back of the legs, everything from here on out is basically the same as the God Gundam. You pull this section out and up, and I will mention this will limit the articulation by quite a bit. I forgot, this one also just doesn't even pull out for whatever reason. I cannot manage to pull out that gray section, so this one just doesn't even pull out. I have no clue why that happened. That didn't happen on my God Gundam, and it's baffling why it happened here. That's what you do with these little toe things. You just point them up like so, and to really complete the look, you have to actually rip out the whole foot. That part was not supposed to come off. You will want to glue these. They come off a little too easily. As for the foot itself, you want to take off the guard right here, and bringing in the other foot accessory I showed you earlier, you're going to want to put the guard back on right there. And the little peg right there, of course, goes back into the foot like so. And there you go. You've got a blazing kick. I don't know. It's a little difficult to actually pose this thing in a good kicking pose, at least with the leg up higher. There we go. It looks good right there. But it is a little difficult to get this thing to kick dynamically with how limited the articulation is. Yeah, that's it for the accessories. Let's move on to my final thoughts. So, as for my final thoughts of the 1/144th scale Blazing Gundam from Gundam Breaker Battlelog, I actually think it's pretty good for what it is. The God Gundam itself is not the best, which is what this was based off of, and that really shows especially in the legs. The joints can be just a little bit limited, but overall, I think it's actually really good. Super fun build, by the way. I didn't know I could have that much fun with a high-grade build. I've had more fun building a high-grade, but this one definitely was quite a bit of fun to build. That's going to be it for this review. Overall, I would actually give this thing 7.5 out of 10. I think it's pretty solid. It definitely does lack in a little bit of areas, but that could be forgiven due to it being based off of an older kit. Anyway, that'll be it for this review. My name has been Biscuit. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification so you never miss a new video. I do gaming and model kit reviews. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. See you guys later. Goodbye.